It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
So Reggie and the boys have done you all a favour and created this quick video showcasing 5 amazing games which should be under $20. And why does Reggie say should? Because they were when I did the bloody research for the video, and right now in many pre-Black Friday sales these can be had at rock bottom prices. I'm going to link a few locations in the description below so you can pick out the best pricing based on whatever day it is that you see this video. Please note, obviously it's going to be a bit more PC focused as the channel is, but certainly there's going to be some bangers in here for the console systems too. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Starting with Civilization 6, this can be had for a measly $6 on Steam with the Platinum Edition just $13. And let me tell you boys and girls, this is an incredible deal that you will milk hundreds of hours into. If you're unsure if this is the type of game for you, now is a great time to take that risk because Civ 6 truly does suck you in like a vacuum cleaner on heat. The strategy aspect lets you pick a civilization that you start all the way back in the good old caveman days where barbarians are your enemy. You'll need to develop your tech trees and nurture your lands to create armies or to create metropolises of culture and religion. What's so addictive here is the ever-changing nature of the game where politically you're thrown into decisions on the fly. Do you help a city-state defend itself but potentially come into war with a superpower? Do you divert resources into development of nuclear weapons and become Putin's worst enemy, or do you create a culture others wish to be a part of and will gladly hand over their cities? There's so many ways to tackle the map and the challenge is real. Word of caution for those of you unsure, yes, it's turn-based, yes, each game plays as a skirmish, but realise this, that these playthroughs are sort of their own stories as other civilizations start taking particular sides or attack certain areas, and those playthroughs can last bloody hours. Graphically, Civ 6 is a wonderful little game to play, and for Reggie's money it has one of the catchiest opening theme tunes in gaming. For the price of a pot noodle and a wank, it's a literal no-brainer. Deep Rock Galactic is next, and Reggie shamefully only discovered this game in recent months because he's a bloody idiot. And what a fucking game this is. It can be purchased for as little as $10, and the Cockney boys are hopeful it will reach these low levels again come your turkey feast. Here we have a 4-player co-op game with a twist where you as a dwarf team up with 3 other dwarves to achieve tasks such as mining or protecting a drill whilst tackling waves of bugs. It's fast paced, tactical, funny, and above all else, it's fueled by a wonderful community. In my review, which I'll link at the end and in the description, I said that Deep Rock Galactic, as a developer that understands its audience and doesn't do shitty practices, it has a healthy group of players who all love and adore dwarf culture, and you have gameplay mechanics here that are full of surprises and excitement at every corner. For rock and stone, my Cockney gang, go grab this wonderful game. Next we have Red Dead Redemption, where I've seen it go under the $20 mark for the first time in perhaps forever. I've also seen it go at this price on consoles too, so it's worth checking out depending on your preferred system. There isn't much more to say on this than hasn't already been covered by every man and his dog, but it's up there as one of the greatest games of all time, and perhaps, controversially, I place this as Rockstar's greatest work, better than anything they did for Grand Theft Auto. I recently did a video exploring the high production values of the game and how it delivers in spades on so many key themes, which again I'm going to link for you all to enjoy. It's a mammoth game where the Wild West is brought to our fingertips in stunning glory with an absolute beautiful world to pillage and murder in. It's rare in gaming that you are left with an impression after finishing, but Red Dead Redemption is exactly one of those where long after the credits roll you'll be left wondering how it all came to be. If all you have is $20 of grandma's money to spend, then go for this one. Our fourth game on the list is Deathloop, a first-person shooter that feels like it came from absolutely bloody nowhere, and aren't we all glad it did? In the States, this has been sold for 20 big ones, so hopefully we're going to see that trend globally in a similar vein, and indeed, this can be had at the same price both on PC and console. This is a thinking man's first-person shooter, where time travel and tomfuckery is the name of the game, where smarts are required, followed by tight shooting mechanics. It's full of stealth and action, and has a lovely little grapple style that oozes class. And the multiplayer element is top notch as you try to piss off other players as you invade their game and ruin the main story as best you can. However, this mode can also be turned off so that you pussies can still enjoy what there is before you. Deathloop deserved its high praise in the Game of the Year awards that it received, and for the price of a shitty steak, you really can't go wrong. And finally, we have No Man's Sky. Now, spoiler alert, Reggie's next review, which is coming up in mere days to tide you over the rest of Thanksgiving, will be on No Man's Sky. And lo and behold, it's hitting prices of $15 to $20 over Black Friday. My review's going to go into far more detail, of course, but here we have an absolute incredible space adventure game where Hello Games managed to turn their big steaming pile of shit into something you'd be proud to show your mum. It's epic in scale, rich in detail, diverse in its mechanics, and you potentially could spend a lifetime exploring the 18 quintillion planets on offer, or should I say 500 plus billion years, according to the nerds. No Man's Sky truly is a masterpiece in its own right these days, and if you can get through those first few hours, you're going to have an incredible time. So with that, boys and girls, Reggie is going to love you all and leave you all to enjoy your mass brawls at your local shopping mall, and hit the subscribe button for more reviews and banter along the way in the coming days. Until then, Reggie out.
Tomorrow